And welcome back to part 4 of Top Rope Rally this week, where we had some very sad news with the passing of Bobby the Brain Heenan. So it's been a very
so bad that we keep forgetting to turn our timer on.
Our minds, stuff like that. So. But let's go ahead and start with 10 WCW moments you totally don't remember. So you're the WCW guy.
And that guy.
Do you remember the Jesse Ventura Arm Wrestling Invitational?
Nope. Jesse Ventura was kind of before my time of really remembering what I was watching on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you watch things, you don't really keep a memory of it like you're like 5 or 6. You don't remember all that. But it says long before Vince McMahon was dreaming of spicing up his programming with the ill-fated Brawl for All tournament. WCW Chiefs planned the Jesse Ventura Arm Wrestling Invitational and proceeded to promote the thing like it was the greatest idea ever. It wasn't. Ever thought body slams and power bombs were overrated, or want to see Sid Vicious and Max Payne lock arms in a struggle to force the other's hand down? Well, the Jesse Ventura Arm Wrestling Invitational was the segment for you. Debuting in 1992, so I was born in 88. That is like kind of before my time of watching. These arm wrestling matches droned on and on, eating up valuable TV time that could have been used to promote, actual wrestling.
What's a wrestling program?
Sid Vicious versus Max Payne was actually from the 1993 tournament because someone in WCW believed the first run had been such a smash hit in 1992, even top stars like Steve Austin, Ron Simmons, Davey Boy Smith, and Vader entered this nonsense. Do you remember that?
I don't remember.
I do not remember. And apparently they did it 2 years in a row.
Yeah, it's very sad.
One of this is under Jim Herd or Bill Watts.
Oh.
I can't remember who was in charge in 92 and 93.
If you can't throw nobody on the top rope or get on the top rope, this is
Bill Watts, yes.
This is Bill Watts.
Yes. But next time we talk about the 10 WCW moments that you totally forgot, we're going to go over number 8. Billy Kidman's feud with Hulk Hogan. And I do remember that.
I remember that
this
one.
was towards the end of WCW, but it was the when Billy Kidman was part of the
Flock?
Nope, no. Past that. It was the Millionaires Club versus the New Blood. It was towards the end.
So that's where Billy Kidman versus Hogan? Okay.
But it was towards the end when Billy Kidman, they were actually trying to get behind him and have him as a
Hornswoggle
guy.
versus the Giant.
There you go.
Punt.
And there it is. Up next.
Let's switch it. That was a quick one.
There was a fast one.
Oh my God.
Oh my word. From this, looking at it from the camera, I thought it was the Boogeyman for a second. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say anything.
The 10 most unlikely main event acts in WWE history at number 2 are Truth.
The thought of R-Truth wrestling in a WWE pay-per-view main event seems completely absurd in 2017, but it actually happened in 2011 at Capital Punishment. That's a good one that they don't. I'm glad they don't have that one anymore. I was being sarcastic when I said it was a good one. Truth faced off against John Cena for the WWE Championship, and he had that golden jello. He lost, of course, and the match was a stinker, but he made it to that level, and that's more than most wrestlers of his caliber can say.
Yeah.
His level, usually, once you stay in the mid-card for that long, you just don't go up there.
Yes.
I didn't know about all that.
Yeah.
I don't know if people would understand all that else. WWE tried to build Truth up as a credible opponent,
Not really.
too.
They did not.
They really didn't do that good job. They put genuine effort into establishing his conspiracy theorist character following a heel turn, and went as far as having him bully a young Cena fan live on Raw. It didn't work, and after years in the Doldrums? I don't understand that. Weird. It was hard to treat him as anything other than a transitional challenger ahead of John Cena's next big rivalry. So he's been down in the gully for so long, down in the mid card and the low card for so long. It was unbelievable.
That's why they're talking about Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal, yes. Yeah. They actually pulled that one off. The idea that WWE actually counted on R-Truth to sell pay-per-views is nuts. But his main event run was fortunately short-lived. He rubbed shoulders with the likes of John Cena again, but he never headlined another pay-per-view and slid back down the card. Perhaps Truth's push wouldn't have felt so forced if if it had benefited from a slower build. But it didn't, and he stands as one of the unluckiest headliners of all time.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good deal for it.
No, didn't last very long.
No, you're talking about the cigarette thing, which, okay, yeah.
That was the start of kind of, I was like, hey, I can get behind that. It's pretty fun.
And I can understand, it works, You go for the conspiracy theory that they're keeping you down, and...
Right.
But...
Going against the man, because they're keeping you down. But they said that Vince nixed him as being a heel because they love you so much, there's no way they can hate you. They can hate anybody if you do it right.
Exactly. Thank you.
As long as you do it right.
How to do it right.
As long as you do it right. Because you can't, you go from, okay, look at Randy Orton. They go from, oh my God, it's Randy Orton, they love him. All he had to do back in the day was punch somebody in the head and it was over with. They hated him.
Because what they're doing in this day and time don't work. Okay, let's beat on John Cena. Well, we don't like John Cena, so we're okay. Let's beat on Roman Reigns. We don't like Roman Reigns, so we're okay.
Exactly. So they're going to cheer you because they don't like those people.
Yes.
But next time we go over the 10
Which
most
means John Cena's going to be cheered out of the building when he takes on Roman.
Exactly. But next time we go over the 10 most unlikely main events in WWE history, we're going to go over number 1, and that was King Mabel, also known as Viscera, also known as Big Daddy V.
Yeah.
Yes.
King Mabel. Gets one shot, too.
I liked him as Viscera, and I liked him as Big Daddy V. I didn't really like the whole minimum mission thing. That was just me personally. Just how I feel about it.
And now we're going to go to our favorite, the Montreal Screwjob, with our 10 backstage stories about what really happened that night. And now we're up to Vince Russo blames himself. He just does. He blames himself for what happened.
He does. During the time of the Montreal Screwjob, Vince Russo had climbed the backstage ladder to become the WWE head writer. And he came from the magazine.
Yes, he was the fake name in the back of it. The gateway stuff sometimes.
Isn't that crazy? On an episode of WrestleZone Daily, shout out, Russo claimed responsibility for coming up with the idea of putting Brett in the sharpshooter, which would lead to the bell being rang. Something that he says he regrets to this very day.
Him and Pat Patterson and Mick Foley.
Right. Bro. I hate when he says all that. Bro, I'm the one who gave Vince the idea for Sean to put Brett in the sharpshooter. I'm the one who told him in a creative meeting the days before it happened. When I was on 2 phone calls with Vince and Brett that Brett did not know I was on, Vince pitched Brett every storyline you could imagine. Brett turned every single one of them down.
Because he's bitter.
Exactly. We are getting into 8 or 9 o'clock at night now, and we'd been at the creative meeting since about 9 in the morning. So you were in a creative meeting for like 12 hours. Okay.
If you only got lunch.
Right.
And dinner.
That's what an intern's for, I guess.
Yes,
Out of pure frustration, I turned to Vince and said, freaking screw it, Vince. Have Sean put Brett in the sharpshooter and have the referee call for the bell. That is the story. That is what happened. All I know is days before Survivor Series, at the creative meeting when the finish was being discussed, out of frustration because Brett wouldn't agree to anything, I just said, screw it, and let Sean put him in the sharpshooter, have the referee call for the bell. Done. I had no contact after that. So he was there, nobody talked to him.
No.
I just said it one time. I just said it once. They must have heard me. He continued, this was probably on a Thursday. I did not know what he was going to do. I had no idea. He kind of kept his distance from me, and looking back now, I think that was an effort to protect me. I sat down next to Taker when the finish of the match took place, and it was sure enough that I threw out at Vince at the booking meeting. I sat there and I was like, holy crap, I can't believe he did it. But he did it. I had to talk to Brett on the phone less than a week later. He was not very pleasant when I told Brett, bro, I support what Vince did. I understand why Vince did it, Brett, and you'll never understand this side of it. One of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life. So when I tell you I wish it was a work, I wish it was a work. An insight into the creative room at this time, it is rumored that they did pitch Brett several different options for him to drop the title to Sean, but he refused all of them because of their animosity towards one another.
Stop being professional.
Yeah, you gotta be professional.
And Brett was not being professional.
Absolutely not. He's being a bit of a rat. But next time we do the Montreal Screwjob 10 backstage stories about what really happened that night, we're going to go over the real person responsible.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who is the real person?
Who is the real person
Is it going to be Vince?
responsible?
Is it going to be Sean? Ooh. Sergeant Slaughter, he was out there.
Ooh. I think I remember who it is, but
Yeah, I think you're right.
it starts with an H.
It ends with one.
It might be one of the middle two.
It could be. But now we're going to go to countdowns. We get our 15 worst catchphrases in wrestling history. You want to start off? You're trying to scan the list, aren't you?
See which ones I want to do, yeah.
Go, just scan it. Go. That's the first one.
All right, so number 15, Christian Cage says, if you don't know, now you know. This was in TNA apparently, because it says Cage.
It does, yes. Up next we have Mr. Kennedy, and his was Mr. Kennedy! Wait for it.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Kennedy!
And then we got Zack Ryder is woo, woo, woo. You know it.
Up next we got Rick Steiner from WCW, I guess it was.
Yes, it was.
If you want some, get some. If you don't, bite me.
It's a short version. If you want some, come get some. If you don't like me, bite me. They shortened that one.
They did show that one.
That's the WCW going off on my head right there.
But you do remember.
I do remember.
Yes.
Number 11, we've got Jeff Jarrett spelling his own name, J-E-F-F. J-R-R-E-T-T. That's why you wanted me to start.
No, I didn't read it down that way. That's once you start.
Ah, sure. You
Number
knew it was going
10.
to land on me.
Number 10, I kind of wanted it. We got John Laurinaitis here. If you don't got it, get it. And if you don't get it, figure it out.
When was that?
Not very much. They probably said it sucked.
Never heard that. X-Pac says, your butt is grass, and I'm going to smoke it.
We got number 8 with
He
the
didn't say
right
butt,
back.
though.
No, the A double.
Yeah.
We got Ryback, or as Skip
Sheffield.
Sheffield with yep. What'd it do? Now we know he has no job. Yep. You suck.
Hey, look, Jeff Jarrett twice.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it says, listen up. Choke on that, slap nuts. That was WCW.
It was. We got Roman Reigns coming in at number 6. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy. With the open fly, so yeah.
That's weird. Number 5, I don't remember that. Oh, the Fruity Pebbles thing. Ain't it?
Yes, it is.
The Rock says, yabba dabba female dog. That's what he said, yabba dabba bee.
Yes.
It was making fun of John Cena when he did the Fruity Pebbles thing.
Yes. And number 4, we've got, this is as the James Gang. So
TNA.
This is TNA here. It is, get it, got it, good.
Which is kind of similar to if you don't got it, get it. If you don't get it, figure it out. And it's also kind of similar to if you don't know, now you know.
Yes.
That's stupid. Okay. Then number 3, John Cena. You can't see me.
After 15 years, I mean,
He ain't gonna give up on it.
nope.
But it is stupid.
And number 2, with Michael Cole here, he keeps saying it. He kind of slacked back, but
slide back.
that's vintage Randy Orton. That's vintage John Cena. That's vintage Roman Reigns. That's vintage.
Yeah, it does get kind of old.
Yes, it does.
You know, and you would think that. I guess the pun is it gets old. Vintage, old, yeah. Because you would think that Vince he doesn't even like WrestleMania to have a number on it now because it makes it sound like it's old. They can't say granddaddy of them all because it makes WrestleMania sound old. So why would he let Michael Cole say vintage when vintage literally means old?
Because he's weird.
Thank you. But number 1, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and this is every crowd since 2001.
Yes.
What?
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 What? Yeah, that's what it is.
I guess next week I'm going to do the countdown.
What?
Exactly. And then I'm going to do another Survivor Series.
What?
And then we're going to do some more on the Cruiserweights.
What?
And then we're going to do some more news.
What?
And then we're going to do some more on Nitro.
What?
And then we're going to do some more on Raw.
What?
Exactly.
And the screw jobs.
And the Screwjob.
What?
I'm so glad Alexa Bliss had something to say to that when they started doing
I
that.
know, she shut him down, don't she?
She did.
Every time she shuts him down. She just shut me down.
What?
Exactly. You can take that how you want to take that.
That's right. What? What? How you say like what?
What? What?
Next time we do one of these, it'll be whoo whoo. It'll be on there.
Yeah. Because it is a pretty stupid catchphrase.
It is.
But they love it. And another part of that catchphrase is, it makes sure you ain't booty.
That is true.
Like, really? That's stupid too. But every time he said what really was going over what we're going to talk about next week.
It was. Yeah.
We got Ringside News, we got the Pro Wrestling Review with the Monday Night Wars, we got the Greatest of All Time Tag Teams. We don't have that anymore.
That'll be changed.
That'll
be changed to what you brought up. And it's
what I bring up? Tell me later.
No, I'm going to tell you now.
Are you
I'm going to tell everybody now.
Because we're done with the Greatest of Wrestling of All Time.
Yes.
Tag Team.
We're not going to do a ladies yet. We will do a ladies show.
Ooh, we'll do the ladies.
We're going to break right now. Because what you came up with was great.
Ooh, what I came up with was great. I don't even remember what I came up with.
How the people from NXT come up to the main roster. Are they in good
we're
shape?
going to grade them.
Or are they in bad shape?
We're grading them.
Yes, we're going to grade them.
Yeah, you. We're talking about you in English. You get the letter F.
Oh, he's beating Ty Dillinger.
He also gets the letter F.
He's beating a few other people. He's running.
Apollo Crews gets a letter
He's
F.
beat Sami Zayn.
So we're not going to go over every person, but each week we're going to go over probably a few.
Yeah, a handful.
Just a handful.
Yeah.
To give us a little break between our greatest of all times.
Yeah, because we did the
Cruiserweights, yes.
Tag teams,
Yes.
and we did one other one. I don't think we start off with the greatest people. Just picking 25 wrestlers. So.
Probably so.
But yeah, we're going to break it up a little bit.
We're going to continue on with our Cruiserweight tournament.
Yep.
We're going to continue on with the Montreal Screwjob with the real person responsible.
Yes.
So.
And like I said,
And King Mabel.
Yes.
King Mabel. Unlikely.
Yeah. So I think some more new stuff because we're out of those things.
We're about to run out of some stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So we got new material.
Well, I think it's due for another Hall of Fame too. Should be, might be, not at all.
That's
So
true.
Throw that in there.
Should be, could we, ain't gonna be.
Never. Not even when Vince is dead.
Right.
Well, I want to thank everybody for watching this week on with some sad news we come up
Very
with. We
sad.
started when Bobby Heenan passed away.
Very sad.
Thanks again for watching this week. We'll see you next time on Top Rope Rowdy. I'm Mike Hogan.
I'm just a cat.
See you next time.
What?
See you next time.
What?
See you next time.
What?
When this boy, Justin Carter, might say, huh?
What?
Oh, yeah.